we're going to kick it off this evening with the only thing, a really important sports topic that happened, and that is Steve Ballmer, the Clippers, Steve Ballmer, scooping up the Forum for $400 million in cold hard cash. So, if you guys don't know or you aren't familiar, the Forum is where the Lakers made their name, and well, the Clippers too, I guess. But the Lakers made their name, and now the Clippers owner has bought said Forum and is looking to, I guess, make it the new home. What do you guys think about this?
Actually, the Clippers never played there.
The Clippers didn't play there.
The Clippers played where USC played prior to when the Staples Center got built. So, I mean, listen, I know that here on the East Coast, it's not going to resonate with a lot of people. But if you grew up in Los Angeles in the 80s, okay, and you were any inkling of a sports fan, okay, you likely were a Magic, Kareem, James Worthy, Michael Cooper, Kurt Rambis, all those motherfuckers who won 5 championships, okay? And then even take it back before that to Jerry West, Wilt Chamberlain, Elgin Baylor, another semi-dynasty of teams. The Forum, the Great Western Forum, as it used to be called, now it's just the Forum, was a mecca. It was a sports mecca. It was the Madison Square Garden of the West. All right. Clippers were nobodies. They were the second team in town. They joined the Lakers and Staples Centers because they were like, okay, well, fuck it, we need to get out of USC. We need to, get into this nice state-of-the-art facility. They've made pushes. They've made strides. They had Chris Paul for a hot minute, et cetera, et cetera. Now they got Kawhi. Now they have Paul George. Don't trust a person who has 2 names. Never. 2 first names, 2 names. Don't trust a person who has 2 names. But yeah, I like they've always rode second fiddle to the Lakers, and rightfully so. That's the way it works. But for the owner to say, okay, we're going to buy the Forum, and we're going to move the fucking team over there, I think that's amazing. I think it's I don't know. To me, as a basketball fan, it resonates really well. And there's no other way I can actually compare it. I was actually thinking today about teams that left a stadium that still stayed, and another team from the same town took that stadium. I mean, the Yankees used to play in the Polo Grounds in the early 20s when Babe Ruth was there. Yeah. And then they bounced because the owner of the Giants owned the Polo Grounds. He used to hate it that the Yankees were there, and they were drawing more fans when Babe Ruth started blasting home runs out. So they booted him, and they built Yankee Stadium. That's the best I can describe it. It's the best way I can draw comparisons. But I think it's incredible.
I agree. I think it's what a great PR move, man. Even if that's all it is, it's fantastic.
You're saying even if he owns it and doesn't do anything with it?
Does nothing with it. Just blows it up. Fuck it. Blow it up. Who gives a shit? Do whatever you want with it. You own it now. There's nothing that can be done. It's fantastic.
I do find it kind of ironic and funny at the same time, though, that you're saying that now the Clippers are going to play in this place, the place that the Lakers built. And it's just that they're still going to be second fiddle to the Lakers, considering all the storied history that the Lakers built in this building that they then abandoned for something new and more state of the art. Yeah. So they're really going to have to dump another $100 million into this thing to get it up to snuff. And they have to light fireworks off the outside of the building for a year straight to really get people to say that that's their building now.
Maybe they build a rear end and then have Laker white and blue shoot out of the rear end like a gender reveal year round.
Burn magic and effigy every night off the side of the building.
See, you're already on to something.
Yeah, it's that neighborhood, Inglewood. Inglewood always up to no good, according to, was that Dre? Would Dre say that?
Yes.
I just assume it's Snoop Dogg. I just assume everything's Snoop Dogg.
There's a lot of other rappers out of the LA area. You knew that, right?
No.
Nope.
It's about it.
Just Snoop?
Just Snoop Dogg? That's all you got?
I think it's just Snoop Dogg. And was Nas from out there? That's the only other rapper.
Nope.
I think.
Nas is from Queens.
Nas from New York.
Queens.
We should play a game. How many rappers can I name?
You said Nas. That in itself is hilarious.
He was on a lot TRL when I got off the bus in high school.
That's fair.
It's kind of his heyday, my junior year, I think.
But if you figure it's like that stadium, even though the Lakers have left long ago, that neighborhood is still basketball crazed, and the Clippers are no schleps anymore. I mean, whether or not they have an NBA Finals this year, I'm assuming next year with those contracts and Kawhi and Paul George, they're still in line to do really well. I'm not going to say that it's going to be a Clippers town, but if they move out of that building anywhere, I just think I'm tipping my cap to this man.
Yeah,
you see that? I'm tipping my cap to him. I think it's incredible. I think in $400 million for when you dump. I mean, it's not state of the art anymore, but it can still host games.
Yeah.
When did the deal go through? Was that like recently, like in the last week or so?
I think it's the last 48 hours.
Yeah. I wonder how much of a bargain basement deal he got. I wonder how much they were asking before, because I mean, the economy just took a big shit, and anybody's dangling $400 million in front of your face for an old ass building, I think you got to take it.
Yeah,
and yeah, but to your point though, any team, any professional team, they need a home of their own, and so I mean, you automatically, up the locker room, get everybody's spirits high. Hey guys, guess what? We're not playing in their house anymore. We're playing in our house, and it might have been their house at one time, but we're gonna be, like. Rah, Rudy speech in the locker room. Here you go. This is ours now. It is nice to give someone a home, and he just bought a home for his team. So, yeah, kudos to him. I'm not as invested in it as you are, but, yeah, no, I can see how important it is to a professional franchise to have their own place. Like, I always think, okay, do you consider it where the Giants play, or do you consider it where the Jets play? Because that's another one that I'm always baffled by.
I mean, depends upon who you ask, but I think to the common fans, the Giants.
Okay.
There are more Giants fans than Jets fans. Now, here's the real ticker. Is it going to be the Rams or the Chargers coming up?
I feel like both of those are who gives a shit. Neither of them is fucking important enough.
Right.
And I have to agree with Alan. Who gives a shit?
Yeah. Whoever's, I don't care. You're sharing a stadium.
Other than outside of that, the only teams that used to share stadiums were football, baseball. The Pirates.
Yeah.
The Reds.
Yeah,
the Raiders.
Like that, I understand. Like,
who'd you say? The who?
Didn't the Raiders share a stadium?
Raiders
at one point?
And the Chargers and Padres. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not the same deals. The only one, the Philadelphia Phillies and the Philadelphia A's shared a stadium in the 40s.
That's fucking all right. That's a reach. Nobody knows that shit. But all the other ones, they make sense. Like I was saying, they're different sports. Football, baseball,
yeah,
like that kind of makes some sense. For being economical.
Yeah, but I never, when I was a kid, I was always so confused when a game would come on and they're playing in the middle of the infield and there's dirt, because it's just it doesn't look like a football field. So I always, just visually, that always made me think that was a shitty football team as a kid, because they couldn't afford their own stadium. Like, oh, you guys are just in from out of town, renting the place, Try to clean up your shit paper when you're done, guys.
So as a kid, that means that you felt the 49ers were shitty, even though they weren't.
Yeah, but my dad was a Cowboys fan, so I was just ingrained in me that the 49ers were a shitty team.
Damn it, I didn't know your dad was a Cowboys fan.
Yeah, my dad's a Yankees fan and a Cowboys fan. It's he's the grossest sports fan.
Person.
Yeah, it is. Dude, I never went to an Orioles game because my dad wouldn't take me to Orioles games because he was a Yankees fan.
Cool. Was he a Duke fan too?
No, Clemson fan.
Okay, all right. God. Dude, the fucking Cowboys and Yankees. All right.
How does that even happen?
Well, there's a long story to it, and I choose not to tell it.
I feel all flushed.
That's reasonable.
Fan off.
What's wrong with?
I'm kind of fan off.
Yeah, now Okay, all right. I'll tell you the Cowboys' reason. Okay, my dad's from South Carolina, and they didn't really have, like, geographically speaking, there wasn't really a team to completely choose in the area. And when he watched the Ice Bowl, the Packers versus the Cowboys, even though the Cowboys lost, the Packers were the juggernaut of a team. And because they put up such a fight, he felt like as a kid they showed so much grit that he was going to be a Cowboys fan from then forward.
Well, it ain't terrible.
I mean, I guess there's a story for everything. You know?
But the Yankees, it was like Yogi Berra, Mickey Mantle. He was just basically a fanboy of all, like, the possibly the greatest baseball players of a generation all being on the same team.
I feel like that's more reasonable. You know what I mean? I'm okay.
Fair enough.
I'm okay with that one. If
Well,
you
then fuck you.
If you like the best team as a kid, you're just a dumb kid, and if you stick with it, then whatever. Fuck it. You fucked up. It's your stupid kid brain fucked up forever. But it doesn't. You know, it's fine. I'll allow that to go.